All right, it's August 7th, 2026, yo. 11:49 p.m. I watched a video by this lady named Shantia Deja, and she recorded a video way back in August 4th of 2022, and she was talking about how your enemy got caught, and your enemy threw their gun, they got caught. It was like kind of sort of like a motivational, godly word, and I always thought about that video, you know what I'm saying? She recorded that August 4th, 2022. I remember when I was living in Fort Myers, Florida, and I was living at the Park of Positano in like the fall time of 2016. I was living with this girl named Mona St. Clair, you know what I'm saying? That's my ex. And this dude named Ronald Green, called me up, asked me to come pick him up. I think he stayed around, I think he was around like the Pine Manor apartments or some shit like that. I came and picked him up and dropped him off all the way in North Fort Myers. I drove all the way down Cleveland and took that all the way to North Fort Myers and dropped him off. That nigga was wilding the whole time I was like dropping him off. You know what I'm saying? We pulled up at the Sunterra Apartments. He was talking to me for a minute out there, talking about some bullshit that he went through and shit like that. Every time somebody was driving past, he kept grabbing his gun and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? The police have even drove through the Sunterra Apartments and drove through there. You know what I'm saying? While I was out there talking to him. This was in like the fall time of 2016. You know what I'm saying? Then I ended up dropping him off in North Fort Myers. You know what I'm saying? And then when I drove back, going back toward the Park of Positano Apartments, I saw this lady standing around Old Cleveland. I picked her up and pulled over on Canal Street. You know, I used to live over there. I stayed there from like November 2014 to December 5th of 2015. And I was in my ex-girl car, that Camry. So she hopped in the car. I pulled over at that same exact area where I used to live at. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't living over there at this time. And I'm like, yeah, let me get that pussy, whatever. Let me see your pussy, whatever. She like, I ain't got no pussy. I said, get out. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out. Just like that. That was a transgender. This short, dark-skinned dude, you know what I'm saying? Posing to be a lady. Ronald Green sent me a text message saying, throw your gun. This was way back in like October or November of 2016, I think. He sent me a text message just saying, throw your gun. And I know what he was talking about. He said, throw your gun. So that made me think about that video that I watched by this one lady named Shantia that be, you know, talking about like the goodness of God and stuff like that. This was on August 4th, 2022, when she recorded this video. And I remember in like February of 2017, I got a text message just laid up. I'm laid up chilling, you know what I'm saying? With this girl Mona, you know what I'm saying, at the Park of Positano Apartments. And I get a text message like, hey, what's up? And it's some ugly ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? Some ugly ass bitch, I mean, but you could tell it looked like a nigga. But that's why it looked like a nigga, yo. It looked like a man dressed up like a woman. And I'm like, yo, are you playing with me right now? Are you pranking me? I asked her. I asked Mona this. She was like, no. I'm like, who is this? And then she looked at it. Then she zoomed in on the picture and looked up and down. My ex was in on that shit, yo. She was playing some type of game with a group of niggas that was some transgenders or some shit like that. She ain't gonna admit it, but she was doing that kind of foul shit with the whole time I was with her. But the whole point I'm making is, I think that some type of lie got told about me way back in the day, and then people in Fort Myers just took that shit and ran with it. This is why I talked about in October 2015 when I was at the apartments on Canal Street. You know what I'm saying? That I was living at from November 2014 all the way to December 5th of 2015. I talked about how I gave this one lady named Stephanie, this Haitian girl, a ride to get something to eat, and then I dropped her back off. And as soon as I pulled back up where I lived at, she was my neighbor. When I pulled back up, I passed out and woke up to the motherfucking birds chirping like 12 hours later. I knew that girl drugged my food. This was in like November, not November. This was in like September of 2015 or something like that. And still to this day, I think that girl did something to me while I was unconscious and completely knocked out. Probably recorded me or something like that, yo. Or even worse, probably had somebody else come around there like they was around me or some shit like that. This was in September 2015 on 2145 Canal Street in Fort Myers, Florida. That was at the apartments. It's 7 apartment units over there. I still to this day don't know what that girl did. I never had sex with Stephanie Mimi though. I never had sex with this lady named Jessica. That was this Hispanic lady. And I never had sex with Stephanie Mimi roommate. That was also this Haitian girl. And there was this girl named Jerica that used to go over there and be the caretaker for the lady named Jessica because she had mental problems. And I never had sex with Jerica neither. You know what I'm saying? And it was this older lady that stayed next door to Jessica back in the day. She was like 70 some years old, and she was from Trinidad. I still remember she came up to me and said, "Don't ever let that crazy girl lick your carrot." She was talking about Jessica because she caught Jessica whooping her son ass one day. The lady from Trinidad did, the older senior citizen lady from Trinidad caught Jessica whooping her son back in the day. She had a son that was like 5 years old, and she tried to stop her from whooping her son ass one day because she used to always be giving that kid whoopings. You feel me? But I'm bringing this up now because I'm thinking about that video that I saw way back in August 4th of 2022, yo, by this lady named Shantia. And she was talking about your enemy not only got caught, your enemy threw their gun. So if it's some transgender running around Fort Myers or something like that, making up a lie about me, yo, the only way that's being upheld is if it's a bunch of people in Fort Myers helping and promoting that kind of stuff. You feel me? I'm going to say again. If somebody is lying on me in Fort Myers, and I'm talking back and forth with them or anything, it's somebody upholding that. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody helping that out. I recorded a video October 6, 2023, October 7, 2023, October 8, 2023. And I never uploaded these videos that I recorded. It was a total of 8 videos altogether. In October 6, 7, and 8 of 2023, right? And I think they was like 6 hours long. And I said that the new modern day racists are not going to tell everybody that they racist. They act like they're in agreement with everybody else that's hating on that one black person. So they'll come up to somebody else that's black and be like, yeah, fuck that nigga. I don't like that nigga because he cut me off when I was driving down the highway. I don't like that nigga because he called my baby mama a bitch or some shit like that. Of course that white man is lying, but he's not going to say that he's lying. He just go try to act like he's in agreement with everybody else to try to uphold some type of a fake ass persona to try to make it look like that they got some type of a problem with me. But what they really doing is exercising that bullshit racism that they got that probably was instilled in them since they was a kid that their great grandparents passed down to them. You know what I'm saying? So the new modern day racists don't tell everybody that they're racist. They make themselves look like that they are not racist to everybody, and then they target the one person that everybody else is shitting on. So I talked about when I was at Baker College in Owasso, in Owasso, Michigan, in the fall of 2008. And there was some gay dude named Wally prancing around, bothering me, harassing me. And there was this gay dude named Nick that was the manager of the residence hall assistants that worked for Baker College in Owasso, Michigan, helping that dude harass me. And that dude was also gay, and that dude was Caucasian. Both of these men were gay. The same thing applies to men that are gay. A lot of men that are gay, their biggest goal, their biggest dream is to be able to be heterophobic and get away with it. They're not going to tell the whole world that they hate heterosexual men. They're going to target that one man that they can look like, that they can attack and get away with. So they feel like what they're going to try to do is make that man look gay. They're going to make him look fully gay. And then they're going to try to make it look like that he's in the closet running around all fucked up in the head and stuff like that. And they're going to try to ruin him that way. So it's the same exact tactic that racist people use. You know what I'm saying? A lot of gay men, they use that same tactic against heterosexual men. They look for that one person that everybody is hating on, everybody is throwing dirt on. And then they come forth and they say, oh yeah, I don't like him because I heard some gay shit about him or something like that. Or I don't like him because he's racist. They'll try to throw on my name what they are. So this is why people was trying to depict me to look like that I was prejudiced in the past. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I ever said, oh yeah, that nigga over there is in the gang and that nigga's over there, like he taking specific instructions to basically hack my phone, niggas will try to make it look like I said fuck all niggas that's in gangs. If I say that the police is crooked as fuck and they gotten away with basically trying to plant some shit on me or do something illegal to me, they'll say, oh, he hate the police. He said fuck the police. I'm not saying fuck gang members. I'm not saying I hate the police. I'm not saying fuck the police. You saying that. I didn't say that. If I say that a lot of these gay men has grouped up and made up lies about me in the past, they say, oh, he homophobic, he's hateful. If I say a lot of these white people has grouped up in the past and made up lies about me and framed me and sabotaged me, some of these white women has also framed me and sabotaged me, they'll say, oh, he racist toward white people. If I say that I never in my life seen a white woman like blatantly, verbally, directly just disrespect me, never in my life, they say he Uncle Tom, he hate black women. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate black women. I don't hate white people. I'm not racist. I'm not prejudiced. But I just talk about stuff that I've been through. Some of these ladies in the past has made up bold-faced lies up about me, yo. You know what I'm saying? But they still didn't blatantly just disrespect me in the most fucked up, shitty way for no reason. I experienced that at certain times in my life for absolutely no reason. That came from women that were black. For no reason. Absolutely no reason at all. No, I pay attention to all this kind of stuff. You feel me? So I seen some ladies on IG like putting up posts of Teddy Pendergrass and stuff like that, and I be paying attention to stuff like that. Like, you know, he was accused of running around with a transgender back in the day. You know what I'm saying? This one dude named Warren that my mom knew from way back in the day. He told me a story about that. I didn't know if it was true or not, but I paid attention to when I saw a couple people putting that post up on IG recently. You feel me? Warren was an older dude. You feel me? He was like he built planes. He built airplanes and stuff. I think he worked at one of them airports or something. Like, he actually built planes. But the whole point I'm making is a lot of lies has been told about me in the past, yo. This is why I talked about my Galaxy 15 that all of a sudden all of a sudden the screen stopped working on August 2025. Around that same exact time, yo, my mom lose her Galaxy 15 at the airport. I pay attention to stuff like that. Every single year they got a reunion in Southwest Detroit area called Condon Reunion. That's like a high school that everybody in Southwest Detroit went to back in the 80s and stuff like that, around over on Buchanan, and I think it's like 30-something Street or 3rd Street. I don't really remember the exact name. And I went there in August 2025. As soon as I got there, my auntie Emily took a picture of me. I honestly thought that she was taking a picture of me with somebody else's cell phone. I truly believe that. She was taking a picture of me with somebody else's phone that wasn't her phone, and didn't probably get that phone back to whoever else that owned that phone. You know what I'm saying? That Galaxy 15 that I had, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, the screen stopped working. Just stopped working. And I truly believe that somebody water damaged that phone and then took all of my Google videos and pictures before they water damaged it, or they stole my Galaxy 15, gave it to somebody else, and somebody else has been hacking in my phone, acting like they know me, acting like they conversing back and forth with me, hacking into all of my Google accounts, hacking into craybread@gmail.com, alvinmbredman@gmail.com, or nomo3339@gmail.com, alvinmbredman@gmail.com. All of those Google accounts are synchronized with that Galaxy 15, that dark navy blue phone, that all of a sudden just got damaged to the point where the screen didn't even come on back in August 2025. And that happened literally right after my mom went back to this phone right here. This phone right here. You know what I'm saying? That happened right after my mom left from Michigan in August 2025, right after her birthday, August 9th of 2025. I pay attention to that kind of stuff. I used to have a joint account with my mom's on T-Mobile. And then I canceled out my cell phone number that was with her on T-Mobile. And I want to say this was around like late May of 2024, yo. Completely canceled out my cell phone number and moved that phone line from that joint account that I had with her. I had a Galaxy 10. And then when I realized that Galaxy 10 had a horrible hack on it, I got the Galaxy 15. When I realized that Galaxy 15 had a hack on it, I went and got another phone from the Walmart Supercenter in Walterboro, South Carolina. It was a Galaxy 14 that you basically had to get like a minute card or some shit for it or something like that. That fucking phone was hacked because my name got scandalized so bad that they spread a word amongst all Masons and Eastern Stars and told them, man, fuck that. Do everything illegal. Hack that man's phone. Do any means necessary. That's been ongoing for a long time now. So, and I'm going to also say this. It's some ladies that's done some of the most messiest fucked up things to me, and they felt like the only way that they could still be seen as classy is if they try to make me look like that I was the one that was real fucked up. You feel me? Some of these ladies are so bitter and malicious. They just disgusted by seeing some other lady respect me and then act a certain type of way toward me that they know that they should have acted toward me. So they feel so shitty. They feel so fucked up. They feel like the only way that they can redeem themselves is that they can try to get that lady to repeat the same exact thing that they did. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna come forth with anything and everything, you know what I'm saying, that's malicious to try to get somebody to look at me from a negative point of view. I seen it all when I see women who actually got careers go out their way to be fucked up toward me. That hit different. Because I look at them like, you got priorities, you got shit to lose, you got a fucking intelligent, good head on your shoulders, and then you basically using that kind of shit to, you know, play a game on me. But yeah, I'm about to get off this phone, yo. I brought up that Galaxy 15 though because I paid attention to how all of a sudden that phone just stopped working in August 2025. I already made a report about that a long time ago to the cyber hacking agency. So if it's somebody hacking in my Google account, my Google photos, yo, I'm not giving my Google photos to anybody. I have no tolerance for some gay dude I'm not gay, I'm not talking to men, I'm not flirting with some nigga. If it's some nigga hacking in my phone, yo, if it's some man hacking in my phone and going through my Google photos and then playing with my image and acting like that I'm talking back and forth with some nigga, you playing the most dangerous game that you could be playing. You go end up getting hurt or worse. I don't give a fuck who you are, who you know, who you're related to for a long time now. A lot of men that are affiliated with these brotherhoods have given a lot of these gay men the okay to do whatever the fuck they want to do, yo. That's why it's been overlooked for so long. So I just wanted to break down the philosophy of how some people move in a fucked up way, yo. And it's not just racist people that, you know, got fucked up problems and gay people that got fucked up problems, you know what I'm saying? Because there's been some men out here who just obsessed with hating on me, you feel me? These niggas heterosexual, you know what I'm saying? They just hating on me because they'll see some lady looking my way. They don't want to basically express how they just jealous for no fucking reason, so they'll look for something to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? So they'll reach out to somebody else and tell somebody else to make up a lie just so they could come forth and then try to uphold that heroic figure, acting like that they helping out in some type of way. But what they're really doing is trying to collect as much clout as much as possible. Yo, they want to be famous. They want to be seen. They want a public platform to run their mouth on and look like that they're the most upstanding man alive. A lot of niggas is obsessed with fame, yo. That's the truth. A lot of these men are obsessed with fame. I'm telling you, everybody got their own personal likes and dislikes and pet peeves in this world, and pros and cons and all of that. But the reason why I thought about that, because I always watch that video, you feel me? Always watch that video, like just thinking about what was God telling me, like, and I still remember that Ron Green called me up. I mean, he sent me a text message saying, throw your gun, after I dropped that dude off in North Fort Myers that night. This was around like the fall time of 2016, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Probably like October, November time, 2016. I know I was still sleeping on that blow-up mattress in the middle of the living room at the Parker Positano Apartments. You know what I'm saying? This dude named Ronald Green just called me up. I dropped that nigga off at the crib. I dropped him off at, I pulled up around Sunterra for a minute, and then I dropped him off in North Fort Myers. And he was wilding that night. He was on something. That nigga was definitely on something. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. Because that nigga was just looking out the window with his mouth wide open. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? I was laughing at this nigga, you know what I'm saying? But he was on something that night. And I dropped that dude off in North Fort Myers and then came back around Fort Myers, going back to the Parker Positano. I saw some lady standing around like Canal Street area and Cleveland Street. And I pulled over. She hopped in the car. I was in that 2008 Toyota Camry that my aunt, my ex had basically was driving in, and I pulled over on Canal Street around where I used to live at. And when I pulled over there, I was like, yeah, like let me show me your pussy, whatever. And when she said I don't have a pussy, I said get out, and that was it. So if that person at this point in time in my life is making up some lie, I'm being framed, yo. And I was driving in my auntie SUV. This is why I made a mistake of saying aunt early, because I got to talk about this. I was driving in my auntie SUV at the Israelite United of Christ building on Schoolcraft at Evergreen. This is on September 7, 2025, yo. And they told me to park diagonally, and then I went in the Israelite United of Christ building for a couple hours. Then I came by there on September 13th, 2025. And I got into an argument with this one dude and all that other shit. If somebody pulled up in that parking lot and took a picture of that white SUV, my auntie Mary Smith's white SUV out there, try to make it look like that they knew me, or if somebody took a picture next to that car or did anything at all, the people at the Israelite United in Christ building is in on that shit. That's why I said people need to stop judging people by the church that they sit in and start looking at people directly for what they doing personally. I'm not saying stalk somebody, but if somebody actually allowed somebody to stand around that building, around that parking lot, and frame and lie on me and sabotage me and try to make it look like that I was in somebody else, that I was hanging out with somebody, that was my auntie's SUV, yo. I drove her car to the Israelite United of Christ building. So if somebody was around that area doing any kind of fucked up shit at all, trying to take a video recording of that white SUV that was out there parked in any kind of way, ain't nothing but people out there standing guard, yo. It's Israelite United in Christ members out there standing guard. So if somebody out there framed me in any kind of way, or allow somebody to take a picture or a recording or a video out there, they all in on it, yo. That means they all help somebody lie on my image, and I guarantee you all of them is affiliated with Masons. Flat the fuck out. I'm going to say it again. If I got framed on September 7th or September 13th of 2025 in any kind of scandalizing way, somebody took a picture or recording of me or anything, the people at that Israelite United in Christ building is in on it. A long time ago, a lot of these people that are part of these cults said, we do not want that man to get with the person that he's meant to be with. Make up lies on that man, frame him, sabotage him, any means necessary. Do whatever you got to do. I'm telling you. So anybody that they see me talking about or heard me talking about a long time ago, they said, okay, well, we're going to try to hold this guy back. That's the truth, yo. When I was at the Regal Tower Apartments. This is from June 10, 2025 to October 1st, 2025. The whole time I was there, my phone was getting hacked all damn day. I pay attention to that kind of stuff. And then by September 2025, my mom, or I also let it be known that my mother been cloned. She comes there and she said, she telling me to come back with her. This is like late September 2025. I said, no, I'm not going back nowhere near Fort Myers. No. What made me say I'm never going back around Fort Myers, it wasn't how fucked up the people acted. It was how fucked up the police acted. You know what I'm saying? I was getting letter after letter after letter after letter, mail coming in talking about I drove past a toll in December of 2000 motherfucking 18, November 2018. I didn't go anywhere near Fort Myers in November, December 2018. I left Fort Myers June 28th time of 2018. The next time I stepped foot back in Fort Myers was December 11, 2025. Yo, when I recorded a video on Fowler and MLK Street talking about a car accident that I witnessed back in like February 2016. Then my mom asked me, you didn't say that you was gonna kill every gay man in the Regal Tower Apartments? I said, I never said that. Why would you say that in front of my niece, my teenage niece? Why would you say that in front of my other younger cousin that's like 18? Why would you say that? That's a lie. Like I said, that's like me walking up to some dude saying, hey, bro, didn't you say you fucked them one hoes the other day at the bar and grill? And that man be like, bro, what you talking about? You know, I got a wife and kids, you know what I'm saying? I didn't do any of that. Why are you talking like other people's gonna look from the outside in and they gonna say, no, nigga, that nigga not lying, because ain't no grown man just gonna come up to you and say that out of nowhere. I'm at the Regal Tower Apartments. I see this African chick with this skinny dude, this tall skinny dude walking with each other. They both African. I'm doing push-ups outside by the barbecue grills at the Regal Tower Apartments in Southfield, Michigan. This is in like July 2025. And I see this lady light come on her phone. She recorded for like 10 seconds and then got up and walked away. Probably get that cell phone to somebody else. I pay attention to stuff like that, yo. One day I'm working out and I see some gay dude tell me, hey, baby. I'm like, bro, don't talk to me like that. Then, no, first I asked him, I was like, what you say? He was like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I was like, no, you know what I'm talking about. What you say, bro? I heard you talk to me in a feminine way. Don't play with me like that. Some African dude sitting down by the playground area. I'm doing push-ups on the other side of the fence outside of that playground area. He just sitting there chilling. Go say, hey, baby. And then people act like I'm tripping when I talk about this kind of shit. A lot of these gay men, like I said, a lot of them are heterophobic, but they know if they attack the whole heterosexual male community all at once, they might not keep their life. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men, the moment a gay man try to flirt with a heterosexual man, yo, it goes to a different part of his mind. He probably go snap because he go look at it like, don't disrespect me like that. So they target the one person that they feel like they can get away with it on. They'll target the one heterosexual person that they feel like they can get away with it on. That's why I said a lot of these gay men in this world, their biggest dream is to try to make a heterosexual man look gay, or their biggest dream is to have sex with a heterosexual man and try to make him gay. They don't want to be with ladies because if they want to, or they don't even want to be with men because if they wanted to be with men and they was comfortable with doing that, they would do that and they wouldn't be trying to fuck other people's lives up and do all that other shit. They specifically sit back and plot and plan on how they go create a stage for themselves. They want publicity. They want fame. That's what they want. So they take all of that, and then all they looking for is somebody to basically support them. And who you see? Who you see out of any other ladies supporting them the most? I don't even got to answer that question. I'll let the ladies answer that question. You feel me? A lot of these, I said a long time ago, God do not promote sin. God forgives sin. God will never promote sin, yo. Never. And I mean never. So, when I was at the Regal Tower Apartments, I paid attention to all the weird shit that was happening. Like I said, I was in the workout room one day. My auntie Yang Yi, or my auntie Mary Smith, she was in building 27200. That building is right next to the leasing office, right next to the gym and all that stuff. You feel me? I go into the gym one day. The gym connected to the leasing office and the pool. I go in the gym at nighttime. My little cousin D. John in there. He just dropped the weights and walked out. You know what I'm saying? My auntie called me up and said, did you get the key fob? I said, auntie, you know I got the key fob. I told you that I had the key fob when I walked up out of the apartment. You know what I'm saying? You gave me the key fob. What are you talking about? You know I got the key fob. A couple minutes after my little cousin D. John walk out, I see some little gay kid walk in there. I knew he was gay because he had his chest and his stomach out and he was sagging, and this dude didn't even have no drawers on, yo. My auntie calls my phone talking about a key fob. Around that same time he walked in there, around the same time my little cousin D. John walked out. And she had just got her cell phone number changed literally like the day before that. I couldn't understand. Why did she get her cell phone number changed? She said her phone wasn't working right. I was like, yeah, but why you get your number changed? That 313 number been the same number as long as I can remember. What made you just shift and change it all of a sudden? I pay attention to stuff like that. Then that dude walked up out of the gym area. I thought he walked out to the exit door, because when you walk out of the gym area in the Regal Tower Apartments, it's some other doors that's also in like this little hallway area that you can walk out and exit up out of. So I just went back to working out. Like 10 minutes later, I go in the bathroom. As soon as I walk in the bathroom, I see the dude walking out of the bathroom, the gay dude with a grin on his face. Like a week later, I'm walking through the Regal Tower apartment parking lot, and I see the dude like just all of a sudden walk past me. I've been sitting in the Regal Tower Apartments this whole day by the window, writing down mathematical equations. I'm seeing everybody pull up. I'm seeing everybody walk around that area. You know what I'm saying? When I walk downstairs and walk to the little convenience store that was in that parking lot, all of a sudden this dude walks past me and then look at me. And I see another dude in the fucking parking lot with some sunglasses on, sitting in the car recording me. Some dark-skinned dude, older dude, look like he's a little bit older than me, sitting in the fucking parking lot with some sunglasses on. Nigga, I see you. You are in a cult. You are in a gang. You are in some type of a brotherhood. Why are you sitting in the parking lot right now watching me? I see you. Why did this gay dude all of a sudden walk past me? You know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere. Then my little cousin D. John move across the street. And I had a dream that this one girl named Kenya pulled up in that parking lot with like an envelope with money in it, in like a Jeep. She pulled up in like a Jeep with like some money in her hand or something like that. Around that same exact time, around like August, September time of 2025, there's one girl named Kenya that used to go to my school, Southfield Lathrop High, and also Southfield Regional Academic Campus. I had a dream she pulled up with like an envelope with like a smile on her face. Then my little cousin D. John moved across the street. In my mind, somebody just started up a GoFundMe that I went to high school with. It played me for a fool, and somebody framed to sabotage me and probably said, okay, let's help out his younger cousin. That's just the way I perceived all of that to be. Then after that, my little cousin D. John moves out. You know what I'm saying? And the person that was helping to move out was some gay dude. And then my little cousin D. John told me he hiding in the hallway because he said he think you homophobic and he's scared to like come around because he think you kind of homophobic. I'm like, I'm not homophobic. I don't have anything against gay people. I got everything against people who make up lies about me and try to frame me and try to play some type of a tit for tat gay game. You know what I'm saying? If you see I'm not gay, you see I'm not talking to men, don't bring that shit around me. So I've been lied on in the past. You know what I'm saying? I got taken out of the house in handcuffs because some gay dude that I worked with, you know what I'm saying, at the Walmart distribution center. I didn't know this nigga. When I say worked with, I don't mean like I was working like with this nigga, anything like, no, that dude was just somebody that worked at the same job that I worked at. I didn't know this nigga at all. And then this dude just made up a lie November 28, 2022 and said that I was gonna take his life. Do you see how people keep on repeating the same shit, trying to repeat the same exact cycle to make it look like I'm lying? So, in the past, people was taking pictures and videos and try to make it look like that I was doing something that I wasn't doing. They try to make me look bipolar. Then some of these detectives, some of these police officers, they got kids. They got kids that's in college. They college kids got some video that's going viral going around or some shit like that. They sit on their lazy, trifling ass and don't do shit. They don't do shit. They rather join in and laugh at the dinner table with their motherfucking kids about how some type of video just went viral of me. Then when they see me walk up in the fucking police station and make a report and say, look, in late June of 2025, I woke up lightheaded. I think my food probably got drugged or some shit like that. I think I'm being framed to look like that I'm mentally ill. A lot of my family members has tried to make me look bipolar by framing me, by telling people to go stand around me and then record somebody standing around me and then type of caption on Snapchat and say, ha ha, they know each other. They got some type of solid chemistry, but they just acting like they don't know each other. And then they'll have the whole world believing that I know somebody that I don't know. They'll take my clothes, give it to somebody, and then have the whole world believing some bullshit. It's not about true or false. It's about how you could brainwash a whole community of people to believe some bullshit. You feel me? So some of these people, including physicians that I went to when I went into the emergency room, they got nieces, they got daughters, they got sons, they got nephews that's around 20 years old, 21 years old, 22 years old. They know that they more in tune what's going on the social media world more than anybody else. They know that these people, you know what I'm saying, that was born in the 2000s are more in tune with what's really going on. They'll look me right in my fucking face and act like nothing is getting passed around the internet, nothing is going viral, and then go right back to being a sorry ass bitch. I got mad, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't even trying to say anything like that, but I got agitated just now, yo, because I reached out a long time ago and I let it be known that people are trying to depict me to look bipolar and mentally ill. So that's like me easily taking a crack rock, putting it in somebody's possession, and say, hey, yeah, that nigga smoke crack. Take a picture of a crack rock, put it in their possession, take a recording or a picture of that shit being in their duffel bag. Then I tell a bunch of crackheads, they go stand around that nigga. The people that I go tell to stand around that nigga, it's a bunch of videos viral all over the place of them basically motherfucking smoking crack. They professional crack smokers and shit like that. One dude probably come sit next to me at the fucking table. When I'm at the Regal Tower Apartments, I'm outside chilling at the table. One dude just come over and sit a fucking beer can down like he know me. Some old dude just come and sit a fucking beer can down like he know me. One time I was in a convenience store in the Regal Tower Apartments, and some dude just standing next to me too close. I'm like, bro, you good? He like, yeah. And I'm like, why you standing so close? Nigga was just standing there. I'm not no fool, yo. Masons and Eastern Stars, yo, what a lot of them has done is they'll get somebody initiated with their group, and then they'll tell somebody else to do something. They'll give them a specific assignment to do some fucked up shit. That when they complete that assignment, that same dude that's a Mason will get paid for it. And the dude that basically ran some type of an assignment probably is a part of a gang. All of his homies probably not a Mason, but he probably is. So them niggas that's in the gang, they'll get broken off a certain amount of money. So with that dude that's a Mason that's a part of that gang. So with the dude that's way above them that's just a Mason but not a part of a gang. Just because he was the one that basically quarterbacked the playbook of how they was about to frame and manipulate somebody and sabotage somebody. This the type of shit that I've been through, yo. This the type of shit that I keep going through. Some ladies out here are very spiteful. There was probably with some nigga back in the day. That dude probably like left them and they never recovered because what's on their mind more than anything else is guilt. Guilt. They feel like they're the reason why that nigga left them, or they're the reason why they broke up with that nigga in any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Some of these ladies think like that. So they'll look at that man and they'll just get disgusted every time they see some lady smiling at that dude, betting their eyes at that dude, because that brings back a memory of how they shitted on that man. So they terrified of seeing some other lady appreciate what they shitted on, yo. I'm done with talking about my ex, yo, but people was making up the most fucked up lies about me way back in the year of 2015. I remember I went inside of one, I'm not even gonna say her name. I went in this one lady room when I was at the Parker Positano Apartments, and she had a motherfucking turd in the motherfucking toilet, yo, and I just walked out. You know what I'm saying? One time I recorded a video of my ex in the bathroom, using the bathroom. You know, my ex-girlfriend. And I was just trying to make her feel more comfortable around me, more confident around me. So I recorded her while she was on the toilet. I thought that was going to make her open up more and be less insecure around me. That made her more arrogant, yo. She started carrying herself around like she was the prize. You know what I'm saying? And I was the one that needed to be a compliment to somebody. I don't enjoy seeing ladies have bowel movements and shit like that. That's not attractive to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't enjoy, women pissing and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't enjoy that. I said I like watching squirters at one point in time in my life. Squirters. When a woman squirt, you know what I'm saying? Some people said that that's diluted urine. I had an argument with this one lady about it. But any lady that I used to have sex with back in the day that was a squirter, it didn't smell like urine. It smelled just like nothing. It smelled like nothing. You feel me? So I don't like seeing women piss. I don't like seeing women, squirt some yellow shit out of them. No. I like seeing like women like cream or squirt, or sometimes they don't even cream or they squirt. It'll just be like real wet, just like silky type of a, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas know what I'm talking about. Whenever you like went inside your girl and, it just looked like real silky. It don't really be creaming or squirt. She just it just looked real wet. Like that's what I mean. But I've been celibate since February 2022. I've been sober since February 2023. You know what I'm saying? So people for the longest has been funded by Masons to lie on me and get away with it. For the longest. They got this fake ass bullshit internet diversion up. You know what I'm saying? Like I be seeing all this shit. That's why I reached out to an attorney recently, because I said, y'all know about to get away with this fucked up shit, yo. I went on the internet one time And I looked up an attorney, and then I reached out to them, and they told, and I asked them what they specialize in, and then I told them about what I've been through, and they was like, yeah, but we don't specialize in that. We don't specialize in that. I'm like, yeah, the Masons and the Eastern Stars tell you that. He's like, I don't know what it is. I'm like, yeah, you know what that is, fuck nigga. Yeah, you know what that is. And to be honest, 100% honest, I don't even think that was a real law firm. I think that was just a diversion on my internet. It kind of sort of sounded like this one dude that my sister Keisha was good friends with, this dude named Tyrone, yo. Last time I seen that nigga or talked to that nigga was way back in like December 2015 when my family came and hung out at the Fort Myers Beach and shit like that. So there is a hold over my phone, a hack over my phone. You know what I'm saying? That somebody that's a part of some fraternity is maintaining over my phone. It's something going on a long time. A long time ago, people said, keep that man away from the lady that he meant to be with. Keep that man away from his purpose. We go play a big brainwashing game over his life and make everybody believe some bullshit. Then everybody taking pictures and talking in code on fucking Instagram and shit like that. Saying, ha, 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 just wait. We got some, ha, 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 just wait. All of them is trying to depict me to look like that I was a pathological liar or some shit like that. No, yo. I left California and a lot of people went out their way to do me dirty. What I realized as of lately has been going on, what I think has been happening, and this is why I said, if it's some gay dude hacking in my phone, you're not safe, nigga. No, you're not getting away with this shit. Because what I know has been ongoing is, I believe that my phone got hacked. You know what I'm saying? I believe that certain family members of mine have been cloned in a facility somewhere, and I believe that they got reeled out to California, and then they got cloned. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that somebody took their DNA and put it in a facility somewhere. Not their actual like physical body, but their physical like life, but they took a clone. They took probably their hair or something, or some saliva, and took it to a DNA center, some facility that is, you know what I'm saying, secretive. Cloned them, and then probably holding them captive somewhere in some type of a sex trafficking business or some shit like that. I believe that's something that's ongoing. It sounds crazy, but this shit exists. So the only way that that's possible is if my phone got hacked with voice recognition and they jumped on the phone and they talked like me and they sounded like me and they told my family members, yeah, come to California, and it sounded like me saying come to California. And they came to California and got reeled out and then got cloned, got attacked and kidnapped, and then people put it all on my name and try to say that I did that. And then people been going through my videos and pictures, and what they've been doing is they've been trying to make it look like I got a lot of animosity toward my family and shit like that. So what they've been doing for the longest is they've been basically taking videos that I recorded a long time ago in the year 2022, the year 2023, the year 2024. And they've been trying to make it look like that I'm still uploading these videos and these pictures that I never uploaded in my life. I just kept them in my Google Photos and my Google Videos, because some days I treated my phone like a journal and just talked about how my day was going. And I talk about how I'm angry or upset about something. And then I delete that video. But whoever had been hacking in my phone, what they would do is they would synchronize their video with their tablet, their laptop, their cell phone, whatever the fuck device they're using to hacking in my phone. And then they upload that video on the internet. And then they put some fake ass internet diversion on my phone, which is really like a fake version of the internet. And then after they do that kind of fucked up shit, they play me for a fool by uploading videos that I recorded a long time ago to try to make it look like I'm hateful toward family members of mine. And what they've been doing is, what I believe that they've been doing is, they've been trying to make it look like I'm hateful toward specific family members of mine that I believe didn't clone and being held captive somewhere else. So they trying to make it look like that I'm attacking the family members that's being held captive somewhere else by uploading videos that I recorded a long time ago that I never uploaded on the internet. So they hacking in my phone and uploading these videos somewhere else. And they trying to say AJ uploaded that, or AJ got some animosity towards somebody. And if it's some gay nigga, anybody, playing with my videos and playing me for a fool like that, I don't give a fuck what you a part of. Your day's number, yo. Your day's number. If you hacking in my phone and you playing them kind of games, man, cuzzo, it's a wrap for you. I don't care who you is. That's gonna come out. Right now as I speak, yo. And I said again, like I reached out, I made a phone call earlier to another law firm. It sounded like this dude named Tyrone. They used to be real good friends with my sister Keisha back in the day. And I said that my sister Keisha been cloned. And when I went to my cousin Evie funeral on the 13th of June, 2025, she had said something about that dude. I didn't know if it was true or not. I just kept it to myself. You know what I'm saying? But It sounded like that nigga earlier today, yo. So if they are like, it's 12:29 a.m., yo. It's 12:29 a.m. It's August 8th now, 2026. I ain't seen that nigga since December 2025. Last time I talked to him, he had a wife and kids and all, yo. So that sounded like him, though. So I could just be like tripping or something like that. But I thought that was my sister boyfriend back in the day. My sister Keisha boyfriend. I know that was like her boyfriend back in high school days. What a lot of people has done to me in the past, yo, is made up lies about me. And they made them lies stick by using social media as their weapon. So as long as they got an audience of people to believe a lie, they can always get a petition started or get a petition going to convince a whole bunch of people a lie. So once again, I used this example a bunch of times before. I could be in the store. Somebody could walk in the store. Everybody would think that I know this person because there'll be somebody across the parking lot recording me standing in the store. And they'll try to make it look like that there's somebody standing next to me that I know. They will make it look like, I don't know why I feel like I'm about to throw up, yo. They will make it look like, why do I feel like I'm about to throw up? They will make it look like that it's somebody that I know and I don't know them at all. And then they will have somebody record that person standing next to me that's a complete stranger. And then they'll type a caption on Snapchat and be like, yeah, they know each other. Then the next day, I'll go in the laundry room, wash my clothes. Somebody that's in the gang could be like, hey, he in the laundry room washing his clothes. When he walk up out of there, go to the laundry room and then grab his boxes and put them and take them and give them to somebody else and put somebody else's boxes in there. We go hack his phone later on the night. When he record a video saying that somebody put these boxes in his laundry basket, we go edit that video with voice recognition and we go make him say something else completely different to the whole social media world. We go make him think that the real internet is that bullshit that we got synchronized with his cell phone. This is the type of shit people has done to me, yo. So now all 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people that's on Snapchat has seen this video. And they thinking some bullshit. So then when I reach out to the police station about it and I say my phone got a hack on it, don't nobody believe me because they say, yeah, my niece saw you, my niece be talking about you on the internet, or my daughter be talking about you, or my son be talking about you. Yeah, he a freshman in college right now, he be talking about you. You know what I'm saying? I recognize you. I'm not gonna tell you I recognize you, but I recognize you, and I'm gonna act like I ain't gonna do shit about your phone getting hacked. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I've been through. So some people has taken the childish approach toward me because they looked at me through the eyes of somebody that was 19, 20 years old. And they said, I saw you on the internet, but you're not famous in the good.